Hi everyone! Welcome to IC Stories, episode 47. Kasama po natin ngayon ang CEO ng Zokshpay, si Ankur Grover. It's going to be a thrilling episode dahil ang dami talaga nating maririnig na realizations, especially for people who are looking into migrating their projects or building on ICP dahil napakarami niyang insights on this. So, advance happy pizza day, everyone. No, actually, ngayon yun, di ba? Tama ba? Hello everyone. Sorry, ang dami na pala nag-attendance check dito. Scout Martin, hello. Stina, Lialia, City, Neira, hello. EC, Chucksy, Tiga, Hassan. Thank you so much for joining us. Maraming maraming salamat po. All right. So, Sir Nelson, are you here? Are you ready to share insights as to what has been happening and what's happening with the hub today? Hi, sir. Kumusta po?
Hello, magandang hapon. Yeah. And yeah, kakagaling lang natin yung tech lead natin si Ellie. Back
Mm-hmm.
to back code camp actually, 'di ba? Nung isang araw lang.
Yes.
And coming from a master class sa Batangas sa Lipa.
Mhm.
So yung
We are
Galasal
everywhere.
Lipa.
Mhm.
Yes, ang dami nating provinces na napuntahan actually. And what's exciting of course is yung ICP anniversary. 3 years.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Mhm.
So,
Happy 3 years. Press
happy three
1
years.
sa mga nandyan. For more than a year na with us, meron ba mga day 1 ICP dito? Let us know.
Yeah. Yeah, so meron tayong event tomorrow.
Mhm.
And yeah, we're
Yes.
very busy preparing for that. And we're looking forward no na makita natin no personally in real life ang ating community at saka ating mga partners and supporters.
Yes, very, very exciting. Ako personally, I am looking forward to the food, no, for the panel discussion because dahil business mixer siya, guys, we're going to be talking about, paano ba yung integration of Web3 and ano ba yung business opportunities dito, no? So, that's interesting. I think very aligned din ito, sir, sa episode natin today because we're going to be talking about, something that businesses can use, no? So, are you ready to jump ahead po sa ating ano or do we have announcements for the community?
Yes, so yung hackathon natin no is still ongoing no. Deadline of
Mhm.
submission is katapusan May 31 and maraming
Mhm.
nagsabi na magla-last minute submission sila, maraming projects na nagbi-build. So
Wow.
yes, hopefully no mahanap natin no yung mga tinatawag nating diamonds among the gems no. We're really looking
Mhm.
for projects building on ICP and we can change the lives of those builders no kasi we can support them, we can incubate them and accelerate them in the future. And
Mhm.
this will open up a lot of contacts for them, increase their network no internationally as we have that
Mhm.
capability. And yung meme-ton natin, memeton is still ongoing no for fun naman na contest, very malaki yung price no, $15,000 yung prize pool. So
Oof,
hopefully
wow.
everybody can join that.
Yes. So we have a lot of things for everyone. Kung ayun nga po, more on the professional technical aspect kayo, you are very, very much welcome to join our hackathon. And if you are on the technical side, but want some, fun elements or fun aspects injected into it, we have the meme-thon for everyone. So we have so many things coming up, so many things happening, but also so many things that you guys can look forward to. Tomorrow nga po is yung third anniversary business mixer natin. It's going to be a fun event. Whether you're joining us in real life or sa IRL event natin or online, you can celebrate with us po. We're going to be having a giveaway specifically for the event. So it will be open po 6 p.m. tomorrow night. So abangan po natin yan. Okay, so ayun, like I said, this episode is going to be beneficial for everyone, whether you're thinking of starting a new business, you're an ICP enthusiast, or you want to eventually build. I feel like you are going to be getting a lot of value from this episode. So without further ado, tawagin na po natin the CEO of Zokshpay. We have Ankur Grover with us. Ankur, how are
Hi,
you?
Ankur.
Hey, how are you guys? Thank you so much for having me. I'm doing well. Joining here from Dubai. So this is my first time actually communicating and working with like the community of Philippines. So I hope it would be really exciting, and I will be able to help and support the communities across geographies, as we work together and build together.
We are so honored that we are the first Filipino community that you have been or you're saying hi to. We appreciate that. In the Philippines, we say mabuhay as our hello. So mabuhay, Anchor Grover.
Buhay,
Thanks for
Ankur.
joining us.
Thank you.
All right. So help us get to know you a little bit better. What is your story? How did you get started in Web3?
All right. So I come from a tech background.
Mm-hmm.
I like this year it will be 20 years since I graduated college. So we have our 20-year reunion coming up. I'm really excited for that.
Oh,
So
that's cool.
it's a big milestone. So since college, I was very much into programming. I used to build certain products back in college as well. I built
Mm-hmm.
like my first game and my first ERP back in college. Then I joined the corporate world. Worked there
Mm-hmm.
for like almost 5 years. I lived in US for a while. I was
Mm-hmm.
mainly positioned in Bangalore. I used to work on embedded systems.
Mm-hmm.
So from there, I actually took the leap into entrepreneurship and started my tech services company. So 5 years in, almost
Okay.
15 years now. And that was like the start of the whole smartphone age. And so we used to build
Yeah.
like a lot of applications for mobile phones and all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Did that for almost 8 years, and beyond that, we started getting a lot of requests for products on the on blockchains, basically. So,
Oh, that's
Mm-hmm.
or-
cool.
yeah, a lot of our customers wanted to jump into the whole blockchain cycle in 2016, before
Mm-hmm.
the first biggest bull run that we all witnessed in
Yeah.
2017.
Yeah.
So that is when we started exploring the whole blockchain ecosystem. We built a few tokens. We forked a couple of chains. Like I personally worked on a fork of Monero actually.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
So
okay.
that was how I kind of got introduced to it, and then it was the only thing that we were actually working on. So we
Mm-hmm.
became
Mm-hmm.
exclusively a blockchain studio. So we helped a few companies build products and help them launch. But after a while, it felt like there's a lot more that could be done. So
Mm-hmm.
we kind of started working on a watch to earn platform. That was one of the first
Mm-hmm.
of its kind at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So our watch to earn platform, anybody, any content creator could make money by publishing their content. Anybody who was actually engaging with their content was also making money. So we
Mm-hmm.
did have our own token. We were bringing in tokens from other projects, other communities, and kind of distributing those in return for getting more traction, more value, more volume to those respective blockchains.
Mm-hmm.
So that was like a very interesting journey, but we were, it seems, a bit ahead of time. We
Mm-hmm.
ran it for almost 2 years. We hit a user, like our monthly active users actually hit 150,000
Wow.
at
Mm-hmm.
one point.
That's
And
huge. Yeah.
but then we kind of stagnated there for a few months. Over 6 to 8 months,
Mm-hmm.
we could grow beyond that.
Mm-hmm.
Users coming in and a similar amount of users leaving, so we kind of decided to move on to something bigger.
Mm-hmm.
And that is when we actually started building our current product. It is it is a payment solution that is built for merchants, because we believe payments is the end game of crypto. The
Yeah.
whole
Mm-hmm.
trading scene kind of took over, but that's not
Mm-hmm.
what it is designed to do. That is not
Mm-hmm.
what it was meant to do. Crypto was supposed to be a currency, a payment mechanism that was supposed to bring the masses of the world, the unbanked of the world into this ecosystem and give control back
Mm-hmm.
to people. So that is what we set out to do. We started identifying the biggest problems in adoption when it comes to real world transactions. So
Mm-hmm.
that's the key here, adoption. So that is all we focus on.
Yeah.
Whenever we are talking about our product, whenever we are building a roadmap, whenever we are trying to envision what new feature to launch, what integration to do, what partnership to do,
Yeah.
the idea is how does it help with the adoption of cryptocurrencies into
Yeah.
mainstream businesses.
That's so
Agree.
powerful. And I feel like that's a really great foundation. And um, building something. I can't get it out of my head. Like what you said was crypto is made for, transactions, and that's the
Yeah.
end game of it. So why not create um, an app or a solution that helps facilitate that and help that become a reality for everyone through adoption as well. So that's
Yeah.
amazing. Can I
But
ask why is the name how why did you pick Zokshpay for it? Does it mean something, or what's the story behind it?
all right. So Zoksh is actually a coined word because earlier we were called Mupe actually. So when we
Mm.
Mm,
started, we wanted the story behind Mupe was the moo like of the cow because we wanted the product.
yeah.
The message we are trying to communicate is that our product is so simple that even
Yeah.
a cow can actually integrate and
Oh,
start
that's funny.
it.
Mube.
So, but then like MoonPay came along and they became really big, and then there was a lot of
Mm,
conflict with that name. People used to
mm,
confuse us with MoonPay a lot. Uh,
mm-hmm,
a lot of our potential customers, our investors, actually started seeing us as purely an on ramp. So, because of the conflict,
mm,
we had to go to something different. So, we
yeah.
decided to come up with our own word so that there are no conflicts and there are
Mm.
like all the domain names are available. For example, my email ID is a@zok.sh. It doesn't get any shorter than that.
Wow.
Yeah.
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 Right.
Uh-huh.
I emailed you. Yeah. It's very short.
That's right. So we could do that because it is a coined word and it's a unique word, and if we wanted to
Yeah.
own that brand, so
Mm-hmm.
it is copyrighted. We like went through the whole process of doing that as well.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Uh, that's like how we came out to be called Zokshpay.
Oh, that's cool. That's a very solid logic for
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I want to learn more, of course, about Zokshpay. But before you show us, present to us what Zokshpay is, can you tell us more your transition from India to now? You're in Dubai. What's the story
Right.
behind it?
Actually, I kind of wanted to move to a place which has a diverse mix of people actually, and there isn't a better place for that.
Mm,
So my when I moved here, my daughter was 4, and I didn't want her to grow up in a very homogeneous community. I wanted her to
mm,
be in a community where she has friends from all over the world. She understands
mm,
the cultures, and because being in one city in one place, you just meet one kind of people, and your worldview is not that open. So
mhm,
Agree.
mhm,
that is the core reason why I started looking out for places to move. And when I really looked at it, Dubai gave me that in the first place. For me professionally, this is by far the biggest crypto community in the world,
Yeah.
actually. So
mhm,
the kind of
Agree.
events that happen here, the volume of events. So we just had Token 2049. Along with that, there were four other like proper large conferences that were happening within those 10 days.
mhm.
Mhm.
And there were 390 registered side events. So
Oh,
Wow.
imagine
wow. That's crazy. K
exactly.
Labay
Wow.
is here, one of the dynamic content creators in the Philippines. She says it's a really strategic move going to Dubai for business purposes. Tax free. Is that real?
Yeah,
Okay, thanks for joining the conversation.
yeah. So
One
obviously
of the
there are
main
no personal
reasons.
taxes. Corporate tax has been introduced now, so businesses
Mm-hmm.
are taxed, but
Oh,
still
okay.
there is no like income tax. You don't have to pay any personal taxes so far.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. That's a really huge incentive right there to move. I'm okay. I'm gonna end the stream and pack my bags. I'll see you in a bit, Ankur. No, I'm kidding.
You're most
Yeah,
welcome.
that's an interesting story. So I do have here a demo of Zokshpay. Is it okay if I show a little bit of the video so that everyone understands what it is?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay, perfect. Let me just share this one. Okay. This is so interesting. I love how, we have videos or access to videos like this because talking about it is one thing. Seeing it in, how it works, it makes everything easier. And
Right.
I even like it
Yeah.
better, especially here in the Philippines when you have like the scan option, like for the QR code. Again, it's just like that extra touch of convenience.
Right. See, that's the idea. We did not want anybody to kind of relearn how to make payments.
Mm-hmm.
So
Ooh, yeah, that's a good one.
the widgets, the UI, the UX, everything is designed in a way that any user who has ever done any transaction online should be able to do it. So this is the dashboard basically. So behind the
Mm-hmm.
scenes, this is what our merchants see. That is how they can run their settlements. So
Mm-hmm.
on the merchant side, anybody who has, let's say, ever integrated Stripe or
Mm-hmm.
PayPal or ever used them, it is the same onboarding and the same integration workflow for them as well.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
the way we built out this system is we started with an API where any
Mm-hmm.
business who is actually who wants to integrate payments can go ahead and integrate into the platform. Then we
Mm-hmm.
started launching SDKs for specific tech stacks. So, example, you're building something on Node or let's say in React.
Mm-hmm.
Your developers need not go and understand how blockchain works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
They
think that's very crucial that they don't necessarily have to understand how it works. Like I don't understand how credit cards work, but
Right,
they make my life easier and I use them. And I feel like with Web3, there's so much narrative that, oh, this is how it works, this is what it's for, when people don't need to know that. They just have to
right,
know it's secure and it works.
exactly. So we very recently launched our wallet as well. So with our
Mm-hmm.
wallet again, the
Wow.
idea was you should not have to hang on to the phrase or a private key because you end up losing
Mm-hmm.
them. And most of the people find that very intimidating. That okay, how do I do this? For anybody who has
Mm-hmm.
never done that before. So the wallet we created, it is very simple. It is non-custodial, but at the same time you don't have to worry about managing your keys. You just log in with
Mm-hmm.
Google. It uses
Mm-hmm.
your Google Drive to encrypt and store your phrase for you. So nobody else
Oh.
has access to it, but it doesn't bother you at the same time. It
Mm-hmm.
is like a multi-chain wallet where the moment you register as a merchant, it also doubles as a POS device. So you can put in the
Mm-hmm.
number, show the QR code, and using any of the wallets out there, your end user can actually make a payment at your store.
Mm-hmm.
Or you could
Nice.
send a payment link over social media, or just
Mm-hmm.
use it at like as a plain and simple wallet. So it does all of that.
Yeah. That's very interesting. I want to
Yeah.
learn, or I want to know more about as to mm, um, what was the thought process into deciding that, oh, we're gonna build this great thing on ICP. What was that decision process like for you?
So
And how did you learn about ICP? Maybe the story of
Mm-hmm.
discovery of ICP and its superpowers.
So basically, we like I have known ICP for a while. I have been an investor for a while. When it initially launched,
Mm.
I have been engaged with the project personally since then.
Mhm.
But as Zoksh, I met the ICP team at one of the conferences in Dubai. So
Oh.
yeah,
Okay.
that is where the conversation actually started, and that is where I started engaging with them. And I
Mhm.
kind of asked my team to take like a closer look. How can we leverage this partnership? Our initial
Mhm.
thought was because we support 18 blockchains. So
Mhm.
our
Yeah.
initial thought was to add ICP as one of those chains where
Mhm.
like we support all the ICP wallets and ICP tokens, and they can be used
Mhm.
as a payment mechanism over Zoksh.
Yeah.
But when we started digging deeper, we realized that this is actually a tech stack that could replace the cloud infra for us.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We kind of want to evolve to a point where there are zero centralized components in Zoksh.
Mhm.
Our settlement layer, unlike most of the other players out there, is completely decentralized. It's written in smart contract format. We do not touch the funds of our merchants at any point, but
Mhm.
majority of the other crypto payment platforms out there actually do.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So that is just the step one. The second step was creating a non-custodial wallet where we can give users access to more features and bring in the end customers to the Zoksh fold as well. The final step for us was to actually transition to a platform where the entire infra is completely decentralized.
Mm.
So,
Mhm.
a payment system itself is like a very complicated this thing mix of services. So as of
Yeah.
now, we
Yeah.
have 12 microservices that do their own tasks that are actually running on the AWS infra.
Mhm.
So when we looked at the ICP tech stack closer, this is basically the only chain that allows us to bring all of them completely on chain. We can actually build out those services in form of canisters on ICP. The
Mhm.
the features like outcalls actually allow
Yeah.
us to trigger actions in the real world.
Mhm.
So those kind of features kind of pulled us into much deeper into ICP. And when we started working with the team, when we started working with the community, the kind of support, the kind of
Oh yeah.
partnerships we could receive, even from the core team, it was unparalleled actually. So
Wow. Mhm.
fairly new to the ecosystem, but I actually got to have a very deep conversation about our architecture and get the feedback from
Yeah.
Dom himself.
Oh
Oh,
wow.
that's cool. What a great experience. What was that like?
So he was here for some events, and I kind of went there, and the people I was connected to with the ICP team introduced me to him. And
Mhm.
it was supposed to be like a 2 3 minute conversation because obviously a lot of people wanted to talk to him. His time is very valuable.
Yeah.
But when I started talking tech, when I started talking about the infra that we have on AWS and how we are planning to move it to ICP, we kind of lost track of time. He kind of got very deep
Yeah.
into it.
Yeah.
He gave me a lot of inputs. He connected me to the right people, and he gave me the direction how to do it effectively and how to do it the right way. Actually, within
Oh,
that one
that's
conversation.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was a wonderful experience, and
Mhm.
since then, working with the rest of the team, working with the hubs, working with the other projects, it has been a very exciting and interesting experience. It's a very close knit community that kind of supports everyone who wants to contribute.
Agree.
Right. And
Yeah.
another thing, this is like one thing that is very different that I've seen here. This is a community of purists. Nobody
Yeah.
talks about token prices. There are projects that are so successful, they are still not thinking about the token launch and the token price and exchange listings. Everybody is very busy building. Everybody
Mhm.
is
Yes.
very busy
That
kind
is
of
correct.
getting to that ideal product. So that is very different from
Yeah.
all the other communities. So there's kind of slows us down a bit in terms of building a bigger valuation. But
Mhm.
whatever we build is built on very solid foundations, and the moment it starts taking off, then nobody would be able to shake that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And I feel like taking the time to make sure again that foundation is solid and again unshakable, like you
Yeah.
said,
And the
that would
community.
prove to make it more valuable in the future as well. And yeah, I second that. It is a very vibrant community and it's very very welcome. I'm so happy that you guys were able to just nerd it out for hours and hours and just talk about how you can build and how you can grow in and with ICP. So
Yeah.
there's an
Uh,
interesting question that popped up. Yeah, go ahead, Sir Nelson.
yeah. Before we get the community question, I would like to ask Ankur, what is? Can you tell us more about the roadmap of Zokshpay and what's success looks like for Zokshpay?
So actually, a definition of success is how should I put it? It's a bit far away, I would say, because we are
Mm,
not in it for the short term. We are not here to launch a token and say that okay, we hit like FDV of so and so, and that is success for us.
mhm.
For us, success is when we are synonymous with Stripe. So anybody
Oh, yeah.
who wants to do
Mm.
payments, when he starts thinking of Zoksh as a default go-to solution for them as a payment provider. So anybody starting a business should put Stripe, let's say, for fiat payments, and they pick Zoksh for the crypto payments. That is the goal for us. That is where we
I
want to be.
love that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not far off. Like you said, so many people are getting paid in crypto now that they also want to be spending in crypto. And what better way to, have that or to bridge that gap if not through Zokshpay? So there is one question here that kind of piqued my interest. Let me just, oh, here. So since we're talking about, it's money, it's payment, for sure you have gone through regulatory bumps, or at least this is in your radar. So Espresso as is asking, how will Zokshpay navigate the regulatory landscape across different jurisdictions?
All right.
Yeah.
So basically, how we do that is we do not. I'm sorry. We do not work as an isolated entity.
Mm-hmm.
We believe in partnerships. We believe that the whole ecosystem is supposed to grow together. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
the regulatory aspects mainly come into picture when we are touching fiat in any of the
Mm-hmm.
countries. So instead of building our own on ramp and off ramps, we
Mm-hmm.
started partnering with some of the major players out there. So
Right.
currently we have 10 on ramp partners and 4 off ramp partners actually. So each of those partners is an expert in certain geography. So through them, we kind of get access to those markets. So we have implemented an aggregator. So what our aggregator does is any user who is coming from a certain geography, whatever
Mm-hmm.
on ramps support that geography, we provide them the option to on ramp through those. And if there are multiple options available, we pick whatever is giving them the best rates. So
Oh.
right. So,
Good.
and
Good.
each of these on ramps have their own KYC mechanisms built into place,
Mm-hmm.
and they comply with the regulatory aspects of their own geographies. So, together with the strength and backing of these 10 players, we can actually today claim that we can get you the best rate and the best coverage
Well,
when it comes to fiat payments.
Mm-hmm. Wow, I mean
yeah.
that's a very great answer because this is one of the complicated topic, a very sensitive topic in terms of regulation because different countries, different areas have varying regulations. So this is important. I love that you guys have already covered that. So thanks so much, Esfeso, for sending that in.
And that's a good
Um,
strategy as well, Ankur.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, very smart way that you're like, okay, this is our strength, that's yours, let's make it happen, let's work
That's right.
together. Yeah. Oh, as Fessa said, as impressive answer. I agree, I agree. I love how you handled that. That was amazing. Okay.
We have
So,
a
go
good
ahead, sir.
question from Joe
Oh,
Starks, 5:55 p.m.
um,
Or
okay, sir.
this is going back to the Zokshpay. Can you list 1 to 3 killer features of this project that makes it ahead of its competitors? What is
Uh,
the competitive advantage your project has that you feel most confident about?
Sure. So the biggest value that we offer is that we are completely decentralized and non-custodial. Nobody else
Yeah,
can actually claim that. So that
Mm-hmm.
is, in true sense, the goal of anybody who is building on Web3. But while doing that, we do not expect you to understand how blockchain works. We do not
yeah,
expect you to hire a blockchain developer. We get rid of all of those layers for you. We simplify the integration to something as simple as generating a payment link from the dashboard, or using, let's say, the Node SDK and just handing it over to your Node developers and implementing it in a matter of hours.
mhm, yeah,
And beyond that, the aggregated on ramp that we have built with all of our partners,
mhm,
we claim like we can actually offer you the best available rates and the best available coverage. You could accept payments from almost anyone in the world except for the sanctioned nations,
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and in almost all of the fiat currencies. Plus, with our off-ramp partnerships, you could off-ramp the money directly into your bank account in most of the geographies. So
Mm-hmm.
we recently added a partner from Africa. So we can even off-ramp money into the wallets like M-Pesa and Vodafone and Airtel wallets, which are more common in those
yeah.
markets compared to the bank accounts actually.
Mm-hmm.
Agree.
Okay, that's a great answer. Thanks for sending your question, Angel Star XC. Um, Here's one that I'm interested in. So this is by Samuel Jams. So can Zokshpay API be customized to fit specific business needs, and if so, how?
Basically, the APIs we expose provide most of the scenarios that any business would want to handle. So we have worked with businesses like law firms and consulting
Mhm.
agencies that use something as simple as our payment links, our no-code solutions, which you
Yeah.
can access directly from
Mhm,
our dashboard, all
Mm-hmm.
the way to NFT marketplaces who actually used our APIs to build custom integrations for their platforms.
mhm,
So,
Oh,
so,
okay.
so we have like a wide range of integration options available. We have Shopify, WooCommerce, and WordPress plugins as well. So that is like
Mm-hmm.
again a 5 minute integration.
Makes
Uh,
everything easy. I love that.
Exactly. So
Mm-hmm.
that's the whole idea actually. How do we eliminate variables? How do we make adoption
Mm-hmm.
easier? So that's
Yeah.
like I said in the beginning, that's what is the ethos of it. That's what where we start thinking about everything. But
Mm-hmm.
if Samuel has a very specific use case that they cannot really figure out from our current APIs that we expose, we are
mhm.
happy to have a conversation and put it on our roadmap and make sure their requirements are catered to.
Wow, I love that. Um I also am. It's funny because I'm in the Web3 space, and then my other job is like I'm also an entrepreneur in the Web2 realm. But I personally still have a hard time like marrying the two. It's just that some of the existing options they just make it so hard. Like it's too complicated. It's hard to implement. And I love how in Zokshpay you eliminate that barrier or at least try to bridge a lot of that gap. And I think it would be beneficial for, again, businesses where you don't try to teach them how the blockchain works, but what you're focusing on and is how you can enhance their business through what you do. So that's a very great take on it, I feel like. So thanks for sending that in, Samuel Jams. And here's one from Zaku.
Okay.
Zaku asks, what are the fees and pricing structures associated
Very
with
specific. Yeah.
using Zokshpay?
Right. So
Mhm,
actually, our fee structure kind of varies based on the volumes that a business is bringing in. Uh,
Mm.
so we are actually currently, what we have done is we have waived off the fees for anybody we are onboarding as of now.
Oh,
So
okay.
right. So as of now, it is zero, but it used to be anywhere between
Mhm.
0.25 to 1%. But right now, like I mentioned, we're focusing on adoption. So we want every
Mm-hmm.
single business to come on board and not worry about what they need to pay. And the fees will kick in at a later point, and that is a part of the contract actually. So we are waiving it off at least for the first year for any business who comes in.
Yeah, I think that's good as well because it's an intro deal.
That's right.
So everyone can just try it out, and also I feel like it's a win-win situation because you
Yeah.
also get to learn about how can I again uh improve, how can I better this, and make sure you get to
Yeah.
achieve the goal of adoption. So
Yeah. I have a
um,
follow-up question, Ankur, before we go to the next community question.
mhm.
With regards to the roadmap, any plans on SNS in the near future?
Uh,
Oh, great question.
yeah,
Mhm.
Some
definitely. Actually,
alpha.
no, that is basically we are thinking about the TG, the timelines, and bringing our token in. So,
Yeah.
the Zoksh token will actually enable gasless transactions. That is the biggest milestone on our roadmap actually coming up. So,
Mhm.
the users will be able to make gasless transactions across all of the 18 chains that we support.
Mhm.
It will be an ICRC token. We will be doing the
Okay.
S for that, and the specifics of that we are going to be publishing in a paper shortly, actually in a few weeks. That will be coming out, and everybody will be able to understand how Zoksh token is gonna make the life of businesses and their end users easier by like certain orders.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
very exciting. I love that. Thanks for
Mhm.
the alpha. Um, so another one from Ed Jack asks, how does Zokspay handle customer disputes and ensure fair resolution processes?
As of now, we do have a refund mechanism, but we don't have anything similar to, let's say, a chargeback. That is important.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, if a user feels that the services have not been delivered, if they can actually go and ask the merchant for a refund, and it can be issued through again the decentralized payment rails that we have actually built.
Mm-hmm.
But we do not really get involved in the legal aspects of it as of now, because it
Mhm.
is decentralized and we do not have any control over the funds. Because we could be doing that if, let's say, there's a T+1 settlement, we are holding the funds for a day, and we could interject there and we could do something, but then we are again violating the trust of the merchants and taking away the control of their business from them. So that,
Mm-hmm.
that doesn't really kind of fit into the whole model as of today. As we evolve, we might actually build some mechanisms, but again, they will have to be completely decentralized, and they would
Yeah.
have to
Mhm.
be able to enforceable without our direct involvement. By the community involvement, we could maybe build some sort of a consensus mechanism on top of
Yeah.
it, where
Mm-hmm.
the merchants could be fined for such transactions or infractions, but
Mm-hmm.
it will have to be community driven whenever we come up with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds fair. And I think, it adds the Web3 layer to it, making sure that it's still, the community is very much heard. This got me curious. Ankur, what's the region spread looking right now? Like, is there a particular region that you guys are focusing? Are there any targets for growth and expansion, things like that?
As of now, our merchants are like fairly distributed because the
Mm-hmm.
first set of merchants we were focusing on medium and large size enterprises, and we were building partnerships with those businesses.
Mm-hmm.
But now we are actually focusing more on SMEs, and we are
Yeah.
targeting the geographies where there are actual real world transactions happening. So we are
Mm-hmm.
looking at merchants who might be processing like $100 a day,
Yeah.
but they actually are doing transactions on chain.
Mm.
So that's the idea. Those are the users that we want to focus on. Geographically,
Mm.
those users are mostly based where real world transaction volume is happening is Africa and Southeast Asia. So
Oh, interesting. I would have said, I would have guessed like maybe in America, but that's interesting. Africa and Asia. Awesome.
so the real world transactions are not there. If you look at the trading volumes, yes,
Mm.
North America leads that,
Oh.
but real world transactions not really.
I see. I see. I mean, there's a lot you can say about that data, and honestly, I didn't expect it. And it's so nice to, hear from you like where actual transactions are. And I feel that we could leverage that in terms of, again, how you are targeting growth. So, yeah. Now I'm curious. I want to hear from you. Like, how do you see, the payment industry evolving, say, in the next 5 years, and how is Zokshpay preparing for those changes? How do you how do you position yourselves in the changes that you think we're going to be seeing in the future?
Sure. So, with basically the institutional acceptance of cryptocurrencies now actually coming in, so
Mm-hmm.
we are receiving a lot of positive regulation. ETFs coming in brings in a lot of confidence of
Oh
the
yeah.
person.
Mm-hmm.
So the whole adoption game is now gonna start. Every time there is like the biggest, we are actually kind of in the beginning of our next bull run.
Mm-hmm.
So at the time of the bull run, the focus is always mostly on trading and on tokens. But
Yeah.
the real implementation, the real adoption actually helps when the market kind of settles down. So
Mm-hmm.
next year is when we are gonna start seeing more focus coming back to real world transactions and real world business.
Yeah.
So that point onwards, we do see a lot of institutions actually coming in and implementing transactions and payments with cryptocurrencies. For example, in
Mm-hmm.
Dubai, I could actually buy a house with crypto as of today. So
Oh, that's cool.
a lot
For
of the
real?
builders actually accept cryptocurrencies as a payment method.
Wow, I hope we get to catch up. I heard though in the Philippines that one Bitcoin was used as what do you call it, like deposit
Okay.
if like they don't get to pay up. I mean, no, like security deposit Bitcoin. And I thought that was interesting. I thought when I heard that, oh, the Philippines is very advanced, but then I heard yours where they actually accept it as payment. We have some catching up to do. But yeah, I think it's like you said, having that kind of institutional support come in and adoption come in, it is what other like the majority of people say is the validating part of it, right? Because there are many people still, if you're still uncomfortable in the idea of crypto, so having these um, enforced institutions accept it would make it more acceptable as well. Um, how was it like so you said that you could buy a house using Bitcoin now in Dubai, right? Was it always like that? Like when did adoption start? And like maybe give us an idea, because again we're not seeing the same kind of adoption here in the Philippines.
So we could actually buy it, I guess, even a few years back. But 2 years back, I saw some official announcements from some of the biggest builders here. That is
Mm,
when it officially started coming out, and but even before that, crypto as a payment mechanism, stables, Ethereum, Bitcoin,
yeah,
the top 10 coins maybe. And now
yeah.
we can buy almost everything. There are 14 restaurants here that I know of that accept crypto as a payment method, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Down to the that level, going all the way up to buying a house, this particular market, this particular community, we have already seen a lot of adoption, and we see like other
Mm-hmm.
geographies coming on board fairly quickly with
Mm-hmm.
similar implementations and integrations and partnerships.
And I think that'll progress a lot more once, everyone gets to try and incorporate Zokshpay with them. Because again, you're making life so much easier for everyone and, paying in crypto, and it's going to be life changing as well. Um, and I just can't get over the fact that in Asia there are a lot of you're seeing a lot of transactions, and hopefully in the Philippines specifically we get to experience that as well. I mean, how cool would it be? I already saw like a credit card where you can pay, using crypto. And I see that, Zokspay dominating crypto payments in the Philippines as well. So I'm very, very excited for that. We have one more question here. I know that you kind of gave us an idea of this or briefly touched on this on the intro, but maybe a clear um, answer for it would be appreciated by Joko Jambi.
All
How
right.
will you guys enhance the user experience for both sides, merchants and customers?
Right. So, what we are trying to do is bridge the gap between the complexity of making payments with crypto right now
Mm,
uh, and what the users already know.
mm,
For example, we partnered with certain conferences to sell their tickets. So,
yeah.
their process was if somebody was to buy a ticket with a credit card, they could just go to their website, pay with the card, and the ticket was emailed to them.
Mm,
But if they wanted to pay with crypto, they were accepting crypto payments, but this was the whole workflow.
yeah.
You send a request over email, they'll
Mm,
contact you on WhatsApp, they will share their wallet address and the tokens what that they accept, and then
mm.
you make the transfer and notify them over WhatsApp. They'll go
That's
back,
a lot.
check their wallet, and then email you the ticket.
Mm.
But
Oof,
after
that's so taxing.
exactly. So after Zokshpay was integrated, it worked exactly like a credit card payment. A user just clicked on pay. The Zokshpay widget
Mm,
that we saw in the video, it just popped
yeah.
up. The user selected the chain and the currency they wanted to pay in. They clicked on pay, used their browser wallet or their mobile wallet, whatever they want to use. We support like almost every single wallet out there actually.
Mm-hmm.
So they complete the payment and they are emailed the ticket within seconds after that. So
Wow, that's so much easier. It's like with their initial process, it's like they don't really want people to pay with crypto. Like it was so hard. Like no way people like no one's gonna not everyone's gonna have the patience to go through that. And now they don't have to. We don't have to because of Zokshpay, and that's so interesting. Again, I feel strongly that what you guys are building would be the push needed for adoption, and it's just very very exciting to see. um Ankur, we talked a lot about, how you got started and how you got, introduced to ICP, to Web3, and what basically got you the idea in building Zokspay. And a lot of our viewers, and the people we talk to or members of our community are developers and also want to find that kind of problem that they want to create a solution for. Could you maybe give a tip for both developers and also businessmen or business entrepreneurs who want to eventually incorporate crypto payments using Zokshpay?
sure. For the developers, actually, we do have a program where we support anybody who's building on Zoksh. So last year we
Oh,
sponsored the hackathon in Consensus actually, and
that's cool.
there were some really amazing products that came out of that. Uh,
Mm.
we received there's one team that ended up building two SDKs for us. There was another team that actually used our tech stack to build a WhatsApp bot. So once you're
Oh, that's cool.
exactly, so once you're registered on the platform, you don't really have to go to the dashboard or do anything else. You can run your entire business out of WhatsApp. You request a payment link using the
Mhm.
API. You are send the payment link. You send it over WhatsApp to the end user. They make the payment, and you get the notification on WhatsApp itself. So the entire transaction is completed while you are within the WhatsApp ecosystem.
Mhm.
So
Wow.
developer who wants to come up with anything unique, anything interesting, and leverage our tech
Mhm.
stack, our team will go all out to support them in every possible way. So, and again, we for when it comes to businesses, we are trying everything in our power to kind of support the businesses in every possible way. Any integration method that we feel is required, we implement that, or we put it on
Mhm.
roadmap and make sure it's implemented. There are certain businesses where time was of the essence, and
Yeah.
our team actually ended up working with their team and implementing the Zoksh integration within their platforms as well.
Mhm.
So, anybody who wants to build on Zoksh or wants to integrate Zoksh, or like our team would go all out to support them in every possible way. So, we're always there.
We love to hear that because different businesses, they require different things. Though, like you said earlier, you've already have an arsenal or a wealth of experience working with different businesses, and you already have a strong idea of what they need, the solutions they need, so you have that ready. But if there are some businesses who are still looking for more customization or more features, I am so thrilled to hear that you are very much open to that. Ankur, this has been such a great interview. I mean, I learned a lot, like a lot of insights, and it's so um interesting to hear how it is in Dubai and seeing how it can be in the Philippines. So thank you so much for, making time and sharing your insights with our community. Hopefully, this is the first of many interviews or many hellos that you get to say to the ICP Filipino community specifically.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you so much for the community to actually coming in, giving us the time and asking all those interesting questions. Like we didn't get to answer all of them, but please drop us an email or come on our socials, and we'd be happy to answer every single question that they have.
I love that. And here is their X or Twitter. I have most of their socials linked in the description box. So if you want to be a part of their community, you are very much welcome to do so. If there are questions that, again, you want to ask them or you want to ask more questions to them, please head on over to their Twitter and feel free to do so. Again, Angkor, thank you. As we say in the Philippines, maraming salamat for making time, and hopefully we have you back here again very soon.
Thank
Thanks,
you so much.
Ankur. Have a great night. Bye. Ayan. So thank you everyone for tuning in. I know this is a little bit earlier. Ay, ba't pa ako nag-English? Alam ko, mas maaga to compared sa mga previous schedules natin. So, ayan. Tayo po ay nag-carried away dahil napakaganda ng mga questions na sinend ninyo. So, i-mention lang po natin ang mga na-feature nating questions. Joe, maraming salamat. Espeso, Samuel, Zaku, Joko, Jambi, and Ejak, maraming maraming salamat po. You guys know what to do. Just message us sa Twitter and say na napili po yung question ninyo. If you can also send a screenshot, make sure na maganda ako dun sa screenshot kung magsasend kayo ha. Dapat nakangiti ako. Charot. So yeah, and thank you everyone for tuning in, for saying hi. Maraming maraming salamat po. Again, happy 3rd anniversary ICP. We are going to be having an event tomorrow. So whether you are joining us in real life or kung manonood po kayo, I mean, if you wanna participate still through the comfort of your home, pwede po, because we are going to be having a giveaway. So 6 p.m. tomorrow po, ilo-launch yun. So make sure na naka-on na yung notifications niyo for our Twitter, for our Facebook, and even on YouTube, no? Kasi we have so many content planned for you guys. Again, maraming maraming salamat po. Happy 3rd anniversary ICP. Thank you everyone for tuning in. And kung meron po kayong mga requests, either gusto niyo na pumunta kami sa probinsya ninyo for a hackathon, for maybe a code camp, o kaya naman just an event, a meet-up, pwedeng-pwede po. Just let us know in the comments and we can arrange that for you guys. Again, maraming maraming salamat everyone. Have a great night and happy pizza day!